Ladies and gentlemen, today I invite you on a journey back to one of the most riveting stories in the Bible, a story of rebellion, pride, and divine judgment. Let us delve into the tale of Korah, as recorded in the Book of Numbers, chapter 16. The wilderness stretches endlessly, its vast, arid expanse shimmering under the relentless sun. The air is dry, carrying with it the faint scent of dust and sage. A murmuring crowd of Israelites gathers, their robes dusty from travel, their faces etched with fatigue and frustration. Somewhere, a child cries, and the sound of low voices swells like a restless tide. The atmosphere is heavy, not only with heat, but with the unspoken tension of a people grappling with uncertainty and discontent. The Israelites, weary and restless, wandering through the wilderness. The air is thick with dissatisfaction. They have witnessed miraculous events, the parting of the Red Sea, manna from heaven, water from a rock. Yet, human nature being what it is, they grumble, they question, they doubt. Then Korah, a Levite of the Kohathite clan, a man of influence and position, with commanding presence, with calculating eyes that seem to weigh every person he encounters, burns with envy. Throughout this narrative, Korah's actions reveal a man driven by ambition and dissatisfaction, unable to find contentment in his God-ordained role. His resentment toward Moses and Aaron, coupled with his persuasive nature, becomes the catalyst for a rebellion that not only challenges authority, but also shakes the foundations of the community's faith. As a descendant of Levi, he held a privileged role in the care of sacred duties within the tabernacle. Yet, this position was not enough for Korah. Ambition and resentment festered in his heart, fueled by a desire for greater authority and recognition. He questioned why Moses and Aaron, his kinsmen, should wield such power, and he sought to challenge the very structure ordained by God. He sees Moses and Aaron, the chosen leaders, and envy burns in his heart. Korah gathers a group of co-conspirators, Dathan, Abiram, and On, along with 250 renowned community leaders, with a commanding presence and a fiery rhetoric that stirs dissatisfaction. Korah appeals to their frustrations and ambitions. He skillfully paints a vision of equality, leveraging his persuasive words and charisma to rally the support of those who feel overlooked or undervalued. His ability to unite such a diverse group of leaders highlights his influence and determination to challenge the established order. They stand before Moses and Aaron, their voices defiant, their accusations sharp. "You've gone too far," Korah declares, his voice tinged with bitterness and defiance. He steps forward, his posture rigid and his eyes narrowing as he glares at Moses and Aaron. His hand gestures sharply toward the crowd, as if rallying their support, his tone heavy with accusation and disdain. "The whole community is holy, every one of them, and the Lord is with them. Why then do you set yourselves above the Lord's assembly?" Moses, hearing these words, falls face down. It is not weakness, but a sign of humility and an appeal to God. When he rises, his voice is steady, but his heart is heavy. "In the morning, the Lord will show who belongs to him, and tomorrow you will burn incense before the Lord. You, Korah, and all your followers are to take census, and who is holy, and he will have that person come near him. The man the Lord chooses will be the one who is holy." The next day dawns, and the tension is palpable. A heavy stillness settles over the camp, broken only by the Israelites watch with bated breath, the occasional murmur of a restless child, or the faint rustling of robes. Their eyes darting between Korah and Moses. Some clutch their loved ones tightly, while others stand apart, whispering nervously. The sun rises higher, casting long shadows that seem to deepen, the sense of foreboding hanging in the air. Korah and his followers stand, censers in hand, the aroma of burning incense filling the air. Moses speaks again, addressing the rebels and the people. "If these men die a natural death, then the Lord has not sent me. But if the Lord brings about something extraordinary, and the earth opens its mouth and swallows them, then you will know that these men have treated the Lord with contempt." No sooner has Moses spoken than the ground beneath Korah and his followers begin to tremble. The tremor builds rapidly, sending ripples through the earth, like a drumbeat of impending doom. Dust rises in swirling clouds as the quaking intensifies, and sharp cracks echo through the camp, splitting the air with an ominous finality. People scream in terror, clutching one another as they scramble to avoid the widening fissure. The ground yawns open with a thunderous roar, revealing a dark, gaping chasm that swallows Korah, Dathan, Abiram, and their whole households. The eerie sound of collapsing earth mingles with the cries of the onlookers, leaving a haunting silence in its wake. The earth closes over them, and they are gone. Panic grips the people, and they flee, shouting, "The earth is going to swallow us too." As if this divine judgment were not enough, fire from the Lord consumed the 250 men who had joined in Korah's rebellion. Their senses left as a stark reminder of the consequences of defiance. But this story does not end in despair. It is a powerful lesson, a reminder of God's holiness, the importance of humility, and the dangers of pride and rebellion. It teaches us to trust God's chosen leaders and, above all, to submit to His will. Today, let us reflect on the story of Korah. Let us examine our own hearts. Are we content with our calling? Or do we, like Korah, seek positions not meant for us? Do we honor God's appointed leaders? Or do we grumble and resist? Let us learn from Korah's tragic end and strive to walk in humility and obedience, trusting in the perfect wisdom of our God.